Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today we're going to be revisiting the gradient measure, this time with a three-color gradient. So a few videos ago, I created a gradient measure that looked like the following. This monstrosity here. I think it was a few videos ago I went through and explained this. And I mentioned like I had not perfected this for a three-color gradient yet. It was just a two-color gradient. But as you can see here, this is a measure right here in this table that if I take a look at this background color, it is using a three-color gradient, right? Where I've added the middle color. But this measure for this guy is conditional formatting background color is using my three-color gradient measure. Okay, so let's take a look at it. It's very similar to the gradient measure. It's just got a few things additional that have been done to it. So essentially you can think of it, at least the way I thought of it was, it's the same basic measure, but I have a middle color that I need to calculate. And then it's basically a gradient between the minimum, the start color and the middle color, and then it's different gradient between the middle color and the max and the end color, basically. So that's what I did. So it starts out the same with the summarize of the table, get the min and the max. Then I get the middle, so I just did an average, right? Take my min plus my max, divide by 2, bam, that's the middle. So then I need to get a denominator 1 and denominator 2. So that is my middle minus my min, and denominator 2 is my max minus my middle. Okay, so then I need to add in my R mid, my G mid, and my B mid, right? So my R mid is 217, my G mid is 179, and my B mid is 0. That creates that kind of funky looking yellow. And then the only other real change at that point is in this code down here is a couple if statements. So here, so basically I just say, hey, if the measure is less than the middle, less than or equal to, then I calculate out, it's that same interpolation, but I'm using measure minus min and divided by denominator 1, and I multiply by R mid because that's my max now, right? And then the second part of that is my measure minus my min, 1 minus the measure minus the min, divided by the denominator times the R min, right? Now, so if it's greater than the middle, then it's going to be measure minus middle, right? Divided by denominator, because my middle is now my min, right? In this second segment, and that's multiplied by my R max. Otherwise, it's 1 minus my measure minus my middle, divided by denominator 2 times my R mid, which is now my minimum. Anyway, you repeat the process for the green, repeat the process for the blue, and I have to say it comes out pretty well. I mean, I don't know if this is how Microsoft ends up calculating their colors, but I'd say the colors are, if they're not identical, they are darn close to identical between these colors. So maybe Microsoft is doing the same thing in terms of interpolation when they're calculating their gradients. I don't know for sure, but if they are, then that must be how they're doing it because it comes out whatever they're doing, it comes out really close to what I'm doing within that measure. So, and again, the only downside to this is that you have to create one of these for every measure that you wanted to use by modifying it in the table variable as well as the measure variable. I guess I can move the measure variable up to the top. Then that's all in one place. But you have to create one of those. So I don't know if it's going to save you, color reformatting or, recoloring and things like that. If you have to recolor a bunch of stuff, how much time it would save you, because you'd have to go in and edit all the different colors, right, for each measure that you create versus going through the UI. I don't know if one's faster than the other, but maybe this will be faster. It saves somebody some time. Once you create the monstrosity, right, then you can just kind of modify it and reuse it, indefinitely. So, all right, that's all I have for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.